Feeling Shameless, back with another podcast, our third episode. Thank you for tuning in with us on our third episode. Thank you for supporting us on TikTok. We hit 2,000 followers.
Crazy.
Y'all been running up the views up there, so I just want y'all to continue out to supporting us, and we're going to keep giving you good content. Now, who do you think we got here today? I rock with this man's art so heavy. You know, I never got to sit down with him and have a one-on-one talk about his story and what he got going on. Who you think we got in here today? DimithryVictor, man.
Nice.
You already know who it is.
I like that intro. Man. He got it right. Bro.
Yeah, I had to get it right that time. You know, third time's a charm. You already know what I'm saying.
How you doing today, bro?
How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I was actually out all day before I came here. I went home for like an hour and then came straight here.
You had the hat all day?
Yeah. What?
You had the hat all day?
No.
No, I was going to say you would.
I put on the hat specifically for this. I was like, bro, I got to wear this hat.
That's fine.
I needed an occasion to wear it. And I was like, this is
the perfect time.
Perfect one. Like, niggas will know.
Hey, for sure. Well, shit, let's get the boring stuff out the way first. Let's tell us a little bit about where you from, like how you grew up and shit like that.
I'm gonna be real. I have a very unorthodox story, so I don't think even the like boring questions are gonna have weird answers.
Just channel what you got for us here.
All right, so I was born in Haiti, and I came here when I was like 2 years old. And the reason I came was actually because we had no choice. Because my father, he was in politics, but you know the politics over there is very corrupt. Mm-hmm. So I think he was running for some political position, and they tried to kill him and us. So we had to ask for exile, and we came to the U.S. But I guess when he came here, like the stuff doesn't really transfer over. So basically, he had to start all over again from scratch. Mm-hmm. So I grew up like poor and stuff. And I wasn't like able to like be in like classes and extracurricular activities like that. But I love like the arts. So, you know, I just did what I could do, which was basically like in draw. Cause I was interested in other stuff, but that was the most accessible. So I always did that. Yeah, that's why I picked it. Cause at first I wanted to be a musician. I mean, I can't really sing, but I wanted like to play the piano. I wanted to play the piano. My parents like, you know, when you broke, you can't buy a whole piano for like a little kid.
Thanks.
So yeah, I was like, you know what? It's cool though. I'm gonna draw. So then one day they used to have like these segments on like Nick and Cartoon Network, and they would teach you how to like draw the characters.
Oh my I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's throwback.
Right? So bro, I saw that and I was like, what? Is that easy? I was like, nah, I gotta do this. So then but I didn't like really start taking it seriously. But I'd go to church with my mom, and bro, I'd be so bored I kept falling asleep. And like the ushers and stuff, they would wake me up all the time. I'd be like, damn. So my mom gave me like this piece of paper and like a pencil, and she was like, just do something with it, like take notes, I don't know, do something. So I would just draw. I would just draw every time I was in church. And then one day, like my the people there saw it, and they're like, oh, this is really good. And I was like, word? And they're like, yeah. So one time I went home and I was like, let me see if I can actually like do this for real. Mm-hmm. And I did it. And bro, I took it to school and did it. Yo, niggas was going crazy. And I was like, oh, snap. I was like, but mind you, bro, I'm broke. And I'm a nerd too, so like I'm in the comic books and like I'm the smartest kid in the class, so niggas wasn't really rocking with me like that.
Yeah.
So when I came in with the drawing, they was like going crazy, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah, this is for me. This for me.
This is it, because I was like, bro, because you know, cause that's the one thing people don't talk about, like with poverty, like there's little things that people like don't really notice, like that it means a lot to you, like. Being able to play outside often, like I didn't really get that. Like being able to fit in with like other kids, like, oh yeah, like did you see the episode last night? Nah, I don't got cable. Right? Damn. So it's like when you ain't got nothing like to relate to them, it's like the only thing I had was art. So I was like, I'm gonna just go with that.
That's a fire story, bro.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
And now we're here.
This is okay. So for y'all that don't know, Dimitry's a full-time artist.
Yeah.
No job, right? Just art.
Yeah, you took the training wheels off.
Yeah. The best decision I've ever made in my life. That
fire,
was
dude.
The best thing I could ever done. I swear. Yeah. Hopefully I never have to work another job. I don't mind it, but I'm not gonna work like a customer service job. like a retail job, fuck no, I'm never doing that again.
Nah, I feel you.
That was a terrible mistake.
Was it like a easy thing to do, like just to let go of your job, or was it like, I'm gonna do it, but you snatch back? Like, was it like a back and forth thing, or you just did it?
Bro, it was hard. It was hard as hell. Cause mind you, like, I'm not the type of person that like just does it. Like a lot of artists, they'll be like, oh, you know, I didn't want to work, so I just left. But like realistically, like I can't do that. Like I got bills to pay. Like I got things to take care of. Like I was concerned about that. So I was like, maybe not. Like maybe not. So then I did the math one day. I think it was like last month or something like that. And then I had realized like I had made $30K in like 6 months off of art alone. Man. So I was like,
$5K a month,
right? What there would be, pretty much just for that year too. So I was like, man, why am I here? Like I'm working at Home Depot, making like not even like 1,000. Well, I made it over like 1,000 a little bit a month, and I'm like, bro, I could be doing way more. Because mind you, I hadn't made that much without even being full time. So imagine how much I could make, you know, actually putting my all into it.
Right.
So I was like, after that, I was like, nah, I'm gonna quit. So I like sent in my letter of resignation and everything. I saved up some money, so just in case I would have my bills covered and everything. I was like, I just left.
Damn, bro. So at what point did you actually decide that, or what point did you actually want to try to sell your art? Like, at what point did you think, oh, I'm good enough to the point where I think people are gonna want to buy this?
That's a hard one. I would sell it like in high school, but I didn't take it that seriously. Mostly, I took it very seriously, but people didn't take me seriously. So I had stopped for a while. Yeah, like because of my age, they didn't take me seriously. So I would apply to like galleries. They'd be like, nah, you're too young. I'd be like, oh no, we're not looking for this right now. And I'd be like, what the hell? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I would try so hard. I get rejected every time. Every blog, every magazine, every gallery, every place would reject me. And I was like, damn.
Dude.
Yeah, so bro, I was like, and then I tried to do a whole like art show by myself and stuff. Like I saved up my money and everything just to like sell the works and everything. So I have been trying to take it seriously for like since high school. But the art show did not go well at all. So
wait, why? What happened?
Like it was my first one, so obviously there was gonna be mistakes. But I don't know, it didn't turn out good. There was a bunch of mistakes, like the art was falling off the walls, like people bought the tickets, but for some reason like not everybody who bought the tickets showed up. So I was like, why they not showing up? Like why would you pay and then not show up? So they weren't showing up, and I was like, man, the whole point of it was so people could see it, but then they weren't coming. So I was like, damn, like. So after that, I had just like given up for a good year. I didn't start making art again until last year, September. Yeah.
What?
I'm being that serious.
That's crazy.
I had given up. Like I was completely like, yeah, I'm retired and stuff. I'm not doing this no more. Because it's like, mind you, I haven't been doing this since I was like 15, like trying to get my name out there, like just emailing, like trying to talk to people.
That's a lot of time.
That's a long time. And it's like, bro, every time you get rejected consistently, like you try to talk to some people. There was even one point I was trying to advertise my art show to people in Miami, like walking in the design district, getting Winwood and stuff, and like passing out flyers. And these people, bro, I fucking hate these people so much. They would take it, they would look at it, crumble it in front of my face, and then throw it away. And it's like when people were looking at your poster and then crushing it and then just throwing it away. It's just like, bro, and it
does something to you, bro.
Right? It's like I'm trying to be hopeful, but it's like, bro, y'all not even taking the chance to look. And then there was this one lady. I tried to go up to her. It's like a rich old white lady. I tried to go up to her. She was like, ah, and then she like took her bag, and I was like, what the fuck? And then
my god,
her husband was like interested. He tried to get a flyer from me, bro. She pulled her husband away from me like I was about to rob them. I'm like, what? I don't look threatening at all, mind you. I'm like, I'm young as hell. Like, I don't see what was threatening about me. So I was like, man, this ain't for me. That's when I had quit. But yeah.
So what made you decide? Oh, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, what made you just keep going? Like, even though you get rejected, you feel me? What made you like?
Why'd you come back?
Yeah.
Why'd I come back? Because I knew if I didn't come back, I would regret it for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was one of those things like, okay, if I stop now, whatever, I could live like a normal life, but like, would I really be happy with that? Like, imagine like, I gotta tell my kids one day, like, yeah, I could have did this. You know, I could have been like the biggest artist in the world or whatever, but I didn't do it. And they're gonna be like, why, daddy? And I'm gonna be like,
dude. Thank God you came back.
Yeah.
Just say that. It changed your life.
Saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
like my style completely changed when I come back too. Like I was like, you know, if I'm gonna come back, I gotta like do something different.
Switch it up.
Yeah, like wholly completely different. Like all the art that you see that I post from like Twitter and Instagram, basically all from September. Yeah,
Damn,
I was going hard like every single day. I was like, bro, like I can't, like I gotta find some way to make it work. It could. I don't know. I came back and I had like this fire. I was like, all right, fuck it. If they don't believe in me, like I believe in me. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there. Even if like they keep rejecting me, I'm gonna keep going because somebody's gonna see it eventually, right? Like somebody has to. Like when I was advertising the art show, I even went up to Dave Grutman. You know who he is? He owns Club Live.
Yeah. Okay.
Dave Grutman. He was teaching a class at my school, FIU, and I was so desperate to like make it work. So for the art show, I snuck into the building because the building was shut down for his class, and they had like security all around. Like you couldn't get in. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna find a way in. I'm gonna meet this man, right? So then I brought my backpack and pretended to be a student. I just walked right in, and I waited, bro. I hid like in this dark fucking closet until he came out. I waited because somebody, one of my friends was in this class. So then she texted me like, oh, when he's coming out. So then I waited by the elevator and waited for him just to like show him that I'm doing the art show and stuff. Cause I was that dedicated. Cause like I have to make it work.
Of course, it takes that. Definitely takes that like that dedication to get through to people anyway. So.
Yeah, cause all you need is that one yes. Even if you get like 20 no's.
Yeah, just that one time could change your life for sure.
Yep.
Damn, bro. So let's talk about how do you actually make money now? How do you sell your art? Is it like we had talked a little bit before, and you were talking about NFTs.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, I still do. Like I sold one like last month actually, but pretty much you gotta have multiple streams of revenue. Like you can't just like make your money off of one thing only, because like that's the easy way to go broke. Because what happens if 1 month is slow? You know, like you won't have any money. So I sell prints. I'm working on merch right now. I sell originals. I sell NFTs. What else? Oh, I do commissions and stuff. Like I do collaborations and everything. Like, so it's just a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I do like shows and like I'll sell my stuff there too. So you gotta have like a bunch of them. So like by the end of it, I'll probably have like 7 streams of revenue, and it just adds up by the end of the month.
Bro, all right. So we gotta go into detail with most of those, but I gotta ask, like, bro, because a lot of people don't even understand what an NFT is.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
We need to figure out. Can you explain to us what an NFT is, and then explain like how you use it to make thousands of dollars off of your art?
Oh, okay. So an NFT is like a digital object, right? So when somebody buys an NFT, they don't buy like the actual thing. They buy like this thing that like proves they own that digital object. So if I sell my art on there, they don't own my art per se. They own the digital object that is my art. Does that make sense?
So do they own like the original copy? Is that what it is?
No, they don't. You can choose to send it to them, but they don't own the original. I've sold like NFTs where they paid $1,000, but they didn't get the original. They just own like that NFT. The NFT is a whole thing itself. Like it's a digital object. Yeah.
Okay, so they just bought the NFT version of that thing.
Yeah. So it's like a digital object. It's a whole separate object in itself. And the value of it is, I guess, it's honestly based on like social currency. It's like social currency. So like if people like socially accept that like that object is worth a certain amount, and they'll pay for it. Like that's why memes sell for so much, because they're like a piece of history kind of, right? So like people see it like, oh, this is very valuable. Like this is a piece of history. So they're willing to pay like $20,000 for it, because that's a piece of history. That digital object is history right there.
Right.
And luckily for me, like people believed in me enough where like if I put up something for like $1,000 and they see it, they'll be like, oh, like this is DimithryVictor. Like I need this. Like it's worth that much.
That's
it's like
so fire, bro.
Yeah.
So it's honestly just based on like social currency, how people perceive you. That's why I stress like keep going no matter what. Because like one dude, his name is Beeple. He had been making daily art for 13 years, and he sold his NFTs for $13 million, I think. after, because he put them all together into one piece after 13 years, and he sold it all at once for like, no, it wasn't 13 million, it was 69 million. My bad.
$69 million.
Yeah, all that.
This is US dollars.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Oh my
he cashed out. He had a big cash out day. One of my friends, Voices, Victor, his name is. He just had a show in Christie's for his art, because he's an NFT artist too, and he's just like making big money off of that as well. So honestly,
That's
like
crazy.
it's based on how much people really believe in you, how much they're willing to invest in your product.
So do you set the price of your NFT, or does the society set the price of your NFT?
You set the price, but they have to be willing to work with that price. So
yeah. Okay, so you're saying that I could put something up for $10,000 and it will never get a buy or anything like that.
Yeah, like sometimes it just sits there, or sometimes like people can bid on it. So like if you put it up for like 10,000 and they offer you 2,000, you can either take this 2,000 or still keep it up for 10,000. It's up to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So once you set the price, like that's the price.
That's me?
No, I'm saying like
Or in general?
you cannot change the price like at all.
Oh, you can, but you have to pay like gas fees. So you have to pay to change the price. Like every transaction because it takes a lot of energy to make NFT.
I was gonna bring that up. I heard that NFTs are actually like
bad for the environment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
because of how much energy it takes to like, it's like creating. You're actually, because when you're doing that, like the computer is actually creating a digital like object that you can actually move and trade and shit like that.
Yeah. It takes up a lot of like energy to do it, but at the same time, it's like it's not the main factor that's causing, a bunch of global warming and stuff. Like it's like a small factor. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they have a bunch of articles about it, right? But what about internet like in itself? Like the amount of energy that it takes to like for us to have internet right now is way like the carbon footprint of that is like way higher than NFT or just running Amazon, right? Nobody talks about that, or just like it's one of those things where people want to be like, oh, that's bad, but what about everything else that's bad for the environment? We just completely ignore it, right?
Yeah.
Like almost everything is really bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Making this shirt was probably bad for the environment, right? The factory that it was built in probably put so much carbon emissions in the air, but we don't talk, like everything is bad for the environment.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
I feel you.
I know it sounds like kind of like, bad, but that's just how it is. Like,
No, yeah.
I mean, that's what's going on out here. So
yeah, I mean, they're coming up with like different ways to make it like, I guess, burn less, but they're not at that point yet. But yeah.
Okay. So we talked about NFTs. So you said you sell prints and then you do commissions, collaborations. How much do you make? Okay, how much do you make a month now? Like with in total your 7 streams of income. Like what's like a good month and a bad month?
A bad month, I think like the least amount I made was like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and then the most I've ever made in a single month was $12,000 in a month. But I've only like started like actually selling stuff this year, so that's like this year. So hopefully by the end of the year, like maybe I can.
The numbers would be like.
The numbers would go up. Hopefully,
up,
because like now I'm full time, so hopefully the numbers will go up. But in only 6 months you could do a lot. So,
dude, that's crazy inspiring,
sure.
bro.
That is.
That's so crazy.
it's not even like you're older or anything. You're still like real young.
Yeah.
With
How old
it.
are you?
I'm 21. Well, I just turned 21. I turned 21 in May.
Bro, I turned 21 in November. Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
like,
fire, bro. You're really doing it.
Yeah, you like a glitch in the matrix. Like,
And I'm black too, so
and you're black too.
And you
Yeah.
came from like poverty too. So
Yeah,
that's another
yeah.
thing, too.
Yeah, you got a story behind you and everything, bro.
Bro, if I ever like truly blow up, my family in Haiti about to go crazy. They'll be like, what?
For sure,
Bro, what's like the most you ever sold a piece for? Like the highest priced object you ever sold, or highest priced like art piece you ever sold?
I think it was like $4,000 or $5,000, something like that. Yeah, I think it was like $4,000 or $5,000.
Was that? What do you remember when that was?
It was this year, bro. Like I'm telling you,
Oh,
like
yeah,
all the
everything is this
rejection,
year, yeah.
Everything's fresh.
Everything is still new. Like I tried to do stuff like last year, nothing was working out. The year before, nothing was working out. Like I would make money in high school and I would save it up, but it wasn't it wasn't like, oh, I was making a lot in 1 month. It was like I combined all the money that I made like within a year. So it's like it seems like a lot, but it's really not if you were to try to live off of that, you know. But like now, like I'm actually making money from it.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Sounds like you're heading for a 6-figure year.
I hope so.
Dude, 12,000 a month is a lot of money, bro.
If it's not this year, then hopefully next year.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully. What's like your creative process like? Especially like making the good money that you make. Like, how do you not let the money like influence the art? Like, keep the art true to you. Like, how do you do that?
Oh, well, I think failing so much kind of prepared me for it. Cause I know like it seems like that nobody believed in me and stuff, but like, bro, I'm so happy nobody believed in me. It sounds terrible, but I'm really happy because I wouldn't have been prepared for it. Like, cause now that I look back, it's like, man, if I had been making that money like last year or like the year before, I wouldn't have been ready for that. I probably would have like done a bunch of dumb shit with it.
Yeah,
cause it's like when you like 19 and somebody gives you like $12,000 in one day, like what?
Yeah, you're thinking about all the stuff you can buy.
Right, like, I want to buy this clothes. I want to buy like this new phone. Like all this, like you're not really thinking like, okay, like I need to use this to like make more art and stuff. But my creative process is pretty much like, okay, I get inspired by life. So like I have rules that I set for myself, so I don't ever get distracted from like the main goal. So like one of my rules is like to just live life. So like I only get inspired by things that I actually experience, because I feel like if I try to make things that I've never been through, like it's
not real.
That's
not real.
Huge, bro.
Yeah, so like every week I do something. Like it could be small, like just me hanging out with friends, or like I don't know, kayaking, or like just doing something like new or different that I think is like cool, or just trying to experience new things. Then that helps me a lot. And then like late at night sometimes, like I go on my laptop and I just do mad research. Like I have a second page, like a second Twitter page just for that, like of my inspirations, where I just like post all the art.
Oh, the files. The files.
No, like the Gaston with Fee Twitter page, where I just like post like my inspirations and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, that
I didn't know how to pronounce it. I think when I said files, I was trying to pronounce like the last part.
Oh, like Garcino? Like, how do you pronounce it? Is it like Garce?
No, Gaston with Fee. Okay. It's French. But yeah, that one I just
that
like
sounds
post.
much better.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that I was talking about. I'll follow that one.
Yeah,
I follow it too.
Yeah, that one I just post all the inspiration. Like I just be like looking at mad artists, and so far all that stuff that I've been posting is just like people that are just in my head. Like one day I'll just be like in my bed and I'll be like, oh, that's a dope artist that I remember posted. It's like that's how much I've been looking into artists. Like it's gotten to the point where I have like hundreds of artists just built into my memory, because I take it that seriously. Like, I do serious research, like because I'm always trying to get better, and it's like, how can you get better if you don't know who this is, or like who founded this, how did they come up with that? So I always try to do research. I also try to do research on like what makes like certain pieces good, because people say art is subjective, which is true, but there's like elements in like everything that we find aesthetically pleasing. So like if you're watching a movie and like the way the camera is like set up, or like the composition of that film affects how you feel, like how you see it, right? And it's the same thing with art. So like if you're making a piece and I don't know, like the composition is off, then it like you looking at it and it's like it's cool, but it's like it looks off. Like it's all right. It's not fire.
Yeah.
But when you learn the composition, like what makes something look good? Like if I add this, how is it gonna make somebody feel? If I add this color, how does it make people feel? Then you can do whatever you want. So then that's what I did. And then after that, like that's when it kind of stuff went up, because I kind of realized, okay, people like bright colors. I didn't really use bright colors before. But I was like, people like bright colors. And I had been seeing like what black people have been going through. And I was like, okay, what if I take a serious topic, add bright colors to it, add like a cool composition, like all these cool imagery and stuff, but I have like a very serious message to it, then I would get like people to pay attention. And then it worked, because I had done research. Okay, this is what people like want to see. This is what makes it good. I had searched up like other artists. What do they do? How can I change it a little bit? Or like, how can I put my own twist to it? And then, that's what I do every time. So every piece is like, I do countless amounts of research, and then I come up with the idea, and then boom, and that's when I do it.
Damn, so
there's a lot of
that must be the difference between you and everybody else. Is you really take the science behind it.
Yeah,
and like, cause that I know there's a lot of people that probably don't even consider how colors make people feel or how like the camera angle makes people feel. That's crazy, bro. Not gonna lie, obviously you deserve to be where you are right now. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
That's
You put a lot of work in for sure, and it's all coming like tenfold to you. Like I really like that.
Yeah, I'm so happy it is, bro. I would have been pissed if it wasn't. I would have been pissed as hell.
So like,
no, you good.
I was gonna say becoming like a full-time artist. Like, how much discipline does it take for you to like stay on track, not get like blindsided or whatever, and just stay on track to being a full-time artist, not indulge in all the things life can. Yeah, you know,
bro, that shit is hard, bro. Like you
gotta have some real,
you gotta have some real discipline, especially like when you're making good money. Because mind you, like most of my friends aren't making the money that I am, so it's like you're 21, you don't have a job, you can go wherever you want, you have the money to like. I could take a trip right now if I wanted to, but it's like I can't. Like you can't just do that. Like you gotta like, it's like I have to plan everything out. Like if I just finish a piece right now, I got to figure out, okay, what am I going to do after that? Even before the piece is finished, I got to figure out what I'm going to do after that. Because what happens if I'm done with the piece, I sell it, I spend the money, but then I don't have anything else after that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it takes some real like discipline. Like this shit is really, really hard. Like even I took trip to Cali in May, I think, bro. And the entire time I was thinking like, bro, what am I going to do when I get back? Like, what piece am I gonna make? How am I gonna make money? I know it's a vacation, but it's like in your mind, you're like, okay, I need to like know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, and then that's how it always is. Like you gotta have some real self-discipline, especially when you're young. That shit is really, really hard. There's so much temptation. Like especially in Miami, oh my god.
No, I'm already knowing. You just wanna walk out.
Especially in Miami, bro. Like you walk down the street, they want you to like spend money somehow. Like, bro, even just on food alone. Like sometimes I'll be going out, I'm not even hungry, but I could like eat. And I'm like, hey, I'll get some food. And then I check how much money I spent on food in a month. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like,
I think everybody has had that moment.
Like, bro, like
that's funny.
I could have spent that money on like something important. I'm over here like buying some fucking chicken nuggets. Like, what was the point of that?
I know exactly what you mean with that one right
but
there.
It takes some real self-discipline. That's the hardest part, I think. Is always having a schedule. It's like I have like a to-do list of like things I need to do every single day.
So that's the hardest part of being an artist now. Is that what you say?
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part. It's just like keeping on track, like not getting lazy. Because I don't do nothing. I mean, I have school and stuff, but like it's just school. Like, but you never realize how much free time you have until you're not working. You never realize.
Right.
Yeah.
8-hour shift is a lot, bro. Like I never realized how long it was until I left the job. Like once I started sitting at home and like 8 hours has passed, I'm like, damn, like shit was long. It was long.
I know exactly what you mean. Crazy. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, my bad. What would you say is like what was the hardest part coming up as an artist? Like to get to where you are now?
Hardest part? I think it's the networking part. Cause
really?
Yeah. Okay, cause networking I think is like the most important part of like selling your art, like to make it like an actual business. Like you can make amazing art. I see like a lot of artists, like they're making amazing art, but nobody knows them. And then it's like, they're always asking like, oh, what can I do? And it's like, you gotta like actually put in the work. Like just making the art is one part. That's like the smallest part of the actual business. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta actually like go to events. You gotta talk to people. You gotta like interact with people online. You gotta like just be a person that people would want to invest in. Like, and I'm not saying like you have to change who you are, but a lot of times people like they try to be somebody that they're not. And so when they do that, it like people can tell that you're being fake, and then that's when it backfires. Cause like a lot of times I see people come up to me like, bro, we need to work together. Like, and then it's like they don't really want to work. Like sometimes the people they'll hit me up and be like, oh yeah, do this for me, and then they'll be like, oh, let's collab, and it's like I'm doing all the work, and they don't even take this shit seriously. Mm-hmm. But like, cause you just gotta like actually be friends with people. Like, don't network. Actually, just make friends. Like,
Yeah.
Even before this interview, I was just goofing around with you guys. Like, it wasn't like it wasn't
before
like,
we started this, bro, there was a whole other conversation about a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, bro.
Right? I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, even like, bro, me and Kev, like, we just be goofing around. Like, me and Sebastian just goofing around and stuff, right? But like, people, like, they'll talk to you when they need you and then never hit you up again. And then when they need you again, just hit you up again. And that's not, to me, I feel like that's not networking.
Yeah, you want like a personal relationship.
Yeah,
you
like,
just don't want to be like just looked at as a production, like just somebody who produces something. Like,
yeah. And that's the thing. Like, people don't really know how to network well. Like, that's why it's so hard for so many people to make it. Because they network like terribly. I hate to say it, but they network terribly, bro. Like, they'll go up to people and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing. Like, they don't even start off the conversation with, oh, hi, what's up? Like, what you into? They don't care about what the other person got going on or like how they feeling. It's immediately them. Like, it's just me. That's, what can you do for me? What can you do for me? Like, no, what can you offer to the other person? Nobody ever thinks about that.
No.
Yeah, so
right.
I think that's the hardest part. It's like, you gotta be humble, like humble yourself and just be genuine. But people don't do that because we're so used to like seeing like superficial shit and being like, oh, it's about me. Like, even when you watch TV, like the people who are big, it's like me. But they didn't get to where they are now by like that mindset. Like, they got there by helping out others. Yeah. They did favors for them, and then like later on they're like, oh yeah, you know, I know this one person, and then they recommended them, you know, and that's how it goes. But people don't realize that.
No, they don't think about that part.
Yeah.
Wow, you're spitting some game right now. Not gonna lie, because I bet a lot of people didn't even expect you to say networking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People, they never expect me to like say networking is the most important part. They just think, oh, it's the art. If you make good art, you're good. But it's like, nah, it's not. I mean, there's millions of artists out there. What makes you different? You know, like, if I walked into an art gallery right now and I was like, oh, look at my art, and they're like, okay, they probably have somebody who just came in before that had way better art than you. Right? So it's like, what do you have to offer? They don't know you. They don't know your story. They don't know like what you can offer them. First of all, because it's a business. Like, how can you benefit them? How can they make money off of you? They don't know. They just see you running straight with some good art and they think, oh, like nah, that's not gonna work.
No, right. There's a lot more to it. So on the networking thing, what do you think? What's your favorite way to network? Through social media or through actually like meeting people?
I like doing both. I think like social media is like a great way to network with people, like, and then meet them in real life. I don't like doing things strictly on social media. Like, it's a cool way to meet them and then like meet them in real life later on.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think you should like specifically choose one. Like, I think both are important. Like, I think I met Luke online too.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, like, you know. So I mean, it would have just been weird if like I only like knew the man online. Like, it's like, I mean, that's cool, but what's the point?
Greater things can be done if you actually meet somebody and actually talk to somebody.
Exactly, because you can only do so much online. Like, you know, being on Instagram nonstop is distracting as hell. So you can't expect people.
Oh my God, bro. Like, how do you break an Instagram addiction at this point? Because I can't lie, like, I spend a lot of time just scrolling and stuff. It's terrible. I hate it too. It's not even like I want to be doing that. I hate it, bro. It gives me a headache. But I always find myself just, you know what I mean?
Did you ever see the Social Dilemma?
Yes, bro. Of course.
When the man talked about like the endless scroll, my jaw dropped. I was like, yo, this makes so much sense. Yeah. Like, every app you go on, it's an endless scroll. Like, it doesn't, because before Instagram would be like, oh, you're done. That's it.
It's no more in your feed. Yeah.
But now it's like, it just keeps going and going and going. And I'm like,
always find something for you to see.
Always. And then you can like refresh and just keep going and going and going.
And it's all new stuff every time.
Bro, I was on TikTok, bro, because I don't use TikTok, right? And I was on TikTok the other day, and it was like my first time on there. Bruh, I don't know how y'all do it. I couldn't. Yo, that shit was, I spent an hour on there and I didn't even realize it was an hour.
Bro, with TikTok for us, it's strictly throw up the content, get off the app. Get off. It's like clocking in and clocking out, literally.
Bro, that shit is deadly. Like, it ruins my productivity so much. Like, I was just like, man, that was terrible. I see why people don't even want to use the app. After that, I was scared. I was like, no, I'm not going back on here.
You can waste so much time on it. It's crazy, man.
Bro, so how important is social media as an artist, though? Like, would you say that social media is like a key part of like what you do? Do you need social media to be an artist? Like at this point in time?
I think so. Personally, I think so, because it's like that's the easiest way to like get to people. So like, why wouldn't you use it? I mean, you could do it like the old fashioned way where you like go and talk, but it's like, why? Like, it's right there. Like, I could go on my phone right now, tweet something, and then other people interact. So why would I like drive all the way like miles away to talk to somebody, and then like go drive miles back home when I could just talk to them on my thing, like, you know? And like a lot of the times, like the way you are on social media is a reflection of who they think you are too in real life. So if you present yourself in a certain way, and it's like likable, it helps you a lot.
It
like,
wow, yeah,
like,
that's very true.
Even with me, like on Twitter, bro, people like for some reason they fuck with me on there. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Nah,
like,
I know you're not lying. We done seen it before.
Bro, Dimitri is huge on Twitter, by the way.
I don't know.
Over 10K followers. He's huge on Twitter.
Even my brother, like he would see it. Cause he follows me. It's very embarrassing, bro. He follows. He's like my older brother, and so he would be like, I didn't even know he followed me. But one day he was like, "Oh yeah, I follow you on Twitter," and I was like, "You know," I was mad. I was like, "Fuck," cause I'd be saying some wild stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, you be out of pocket, bro.
Nah, I sometimes it's not too bad. But yeah, bro, I be saying some stuff. I'm like, bro, he sees this. Oh my god! But yeah, it helps. It helps a lot. But like, cause when people see my tweets and stuff, they think like, oh, this is a cool guy. Like, I should invest in him. Or like when I explain like the meanings behind my paintings and people see it, like they're like, oh, I relate to this, and so they buy more. So it helps a lot. Like the other day, somebody spent $900 something on just prints alone, right? Just
seen that,
right? Just off of me being like, oh, guys, buy my prints. Like how would you do that? Like if you were
on social media?
Yeah, if you weren't on social media, I could just say like buy this, and people would be like, sure, you know, just because.
Yo, that's great. That's a different level of power right there.
Nah, I see. That's the thing. I'm not even there. Like 10K is like it's small compared to how much power people really have. Like the people with millions, bro, they have the actual power. Like you'd be so shocked at what people will do just because you got 1 million followers.
And the thing with Twitter too is that I mean with any social media in general, but with Twitter and TikTok especially, when you have a lot of followers, it makes it way easier for your post to continue to just blow up over and over again.
Yeah.
Because when you post something and one of your followers retweets it, any new followers that they had like gotten since the last time that they retweeted something of yours will now see it. You know what I mean? And if you have 500 people doing that, that's like that could be thousands of people, new people that are seeing your art now. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's just like it's certain like websites, but I noticed like after you reach a certain amount of followers, it's like exponential growth. Like like on Twitter, that too. When I hit 10K, bro, like everything just like skyrocketed. Like everybody started seeing like more of my tweets. And like I just started getting more followers like really quickly, and I was like, well, why? Like I don't know why. Like sometimes I'd be scrolling, and bro, I was so mad the other day too because I had tweeted something about SpongeBob, and like I was scrolling through my timeline, and that shit was like on the front page of like Twitter as funny tweets, and I was like, how the fuck? Like I tweeted this thing at like 3 a.m. in the morning. Like how the hell did they even find it, right? But I'm just like. And even on Instagram, like once you reach a certain amount of followers, I notice with certain people, like it just goes up.
Yeah, bro. I think with Twitter, it's 10K. With Instagram, it's 5,000, and then with TikTok, it's 10K.
Yeah.
Because once you hit certain thresholds, that's when you start unlocking new features too. Like once you hit 10K on TikTok, you can go live. Once you hit 5K on Instagram or 10K on Instagram, you can start putting links in your stories.
Yeah.
And like Twitter. Once you hit 10K, Twitter's like, all right, bro, his page is lit. We're gonna spread it everywhere now.
Yeah, it's like a game, bro. Like
it is.
Like you're locking levels and more, and you want to do it. So it's like when you reach 10K, you're like, I need to reach 20K.
Yeah,
you know,
it just never ends,
right? But it's like it's not even real. That's the crazy thing. Like it's it's real people, but it's like it's not real life.
Yeah, so, just like I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, but people like mistake it sometimes. They think like, oh, this is real. Like the thoughts and opinions of these people are real. Like so when you see somebody just being a hater, you kind of take it to heart sometimes because you're like, oh damn, they really feel like that. But no, they just fucking with you. They like doing that. But you in your mind you think it's real, but it's not. everybody's lying on social media. Almost that everybody, like, especially on Instagram. Oh, bro, that's the lying century.
Everybody cap. That's the whole of cap.
Straight cap on there, bro. Every time I go on there, it's just straight cap. Like, I seen a nigga with a like Ferrari the other day. I'm like, nigga, you drive a Honda, bro. Why you doing this?
Oh man,
come on, bro.
They just want to look like they got that lifestyle.
Come on, bro. Everybody want to show off the stars, the roof stars.
Oh, the rave.
Everybody want to do that, but it's like, you know, you're not driving that car. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Come on.
So, which one is your favorite social media to use?
Twitter, definitely. What, bro? You could say anything on there. It's amazing. Say anything.
Yeah, you can post anything, and niggas will find a way to relate to it,
bro. Anything, bro. Like, you, even things that you don't think people relate to, everybody relates to. It's the strangest thing. Like,
Twitter is like the biggest group chat of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't mean to. Can I say? I don't know. Is it gonna be too explicit? Because I know you're gonna put it on TikTok and stuff. So
I mean, I'm just putting.
I mean, he
TikTok.
put different parts in
clips.
it, so
Yeah.
Okay. Bro, so I was on Twitter the other day. I was on Twitter the other day, and there was like this video or this picture of like somebody was like, oh, before lunch, and she was like, oh, wearing makeup and everything, and then after lunch, and she was getting fucked by some dude in the car. This thing had like 50K likes, right? And 50K, I was like, how the fuck did you? What about? It was, bro, 50K likes. Probably by now it probably has like 150 something likes now.
What the fuck?
And the entire thread was like the most craziest thing I've ever read. It was like you said, it was like a group chat. They were saying some wild shit in there. Yeah, somebody even put a link to this video of these dudes having an orgy in a car. I don't even know how that was possible. Yeah, it was in Orlando too. It was in Orlando.
It was in Orlando.
It's always in Florida, bro. You know this. You know. It's Florida.
A Florida man.
You know how it is.
Florida man. You know what a Florida man be doing.
He always doing some
Florida man doing some out of pocket shit.
Cool, bruh.
That's crazy. Yeah. All right. Shit.
I got off topic there. My bad.
No, you good, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Shit. So you're going to school, right?
Yeah.
You go to school for art?
Hell nah.
What are you doing?
I go for computer science, bruh.
Is that something that you actually want to do?
Nah, bruh.
Why are you?
So why you go?
Why are you?
It's like a backup. It's like, oh, if this art thing don't work out, at least I got like this thing. Like, I mean, I'm interested in it, but like I wouldn't want to do it for the rest of my life. Like, I just want the degree as a backup type of thing. Like, I'm doing what I want to do now. Let's just say, like, I don't know. See, God forbid something happens, like an emergency happens, and I can't do art for a bit. At least I know, like, I can still pay my bills and live comfortably with that degree. You know. I don't really care for it much, but you know.
Do you think that like you studying for that degree is like, does it cut into your time at all?
Bro, all the time. Like this class I'm taking right now is a pain in my ass. I hope the teacher who I have sees this one day. I hate you. I should name drop him, right?
Nah.
I hate him.
Don't diss him, bro.
This man spent a month. He spent a month, ghosted us the first month of the class, right? Came back after a month, no explanation, and it was like, here's the assignments. And he started like rushing all the assignments. Mind you, this is a summer class, so it's like sped up. So he missed a month of the class. That's most of the semester. And he came back and was just like, yeah, here. We're supposed to have a final, bro. He came so late, we can't even have the final. He's gonna take the grade from one of our tests and make it the final grade. Yeah, that's how messed up this man is.
I should name drop him.
I really should. If you're seeing this, if you're seeing this, I don't like you. I hope your kids put you in a nursing home.
Oh man.
Yeah, I went there. I don't care.
First time this has happened in Shameless Plug Studios, somebody just get dissed live on radio.
I should drop his phone number too, bro.
All right, bro. Let's get back. Bro, have you had any like celebrity interactions? Has anybody like interacted with your art in any way? Have you sold to any celebrities before? Anybody like giving you a shout out, anything like that?
Bro, Demetrius Harmon helped me out a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dude who makes the You Matter hoodies and stuff.
Yeah.
He helps me out. Like, he's always supporting. Like, I didn't even know he followed me, bro. I really didn't. Like, he just DM'd me one day, and I was like, what the hell? Why is he DMing me? But I thought he like wanted something from me, you know. But he's just genuinely a nice dude. Like, I know people get on him because he's like he's kind of corny with the You Matter hoodies and stuff, I guess. That old people find it corny. I mean, but he's just doing his thing. But he's really nice. Like he when I was trying to drop the toys, like he was the first person to buy the toys. But one of them, he was one of them. Like he waited on the website for me to drop my toy, and he immediately bought it, no questions asked, right? And he's retweeted everything, like shares my stuff, comments and everything. Ian Connor follows me, but I'm not gonna get into him. Cause
what's good with that one, bro?
He's kind of a controversial figure. I'd rather not.
Nah, I feel you keep your face clean.
I'd rather not. But I mean, Ian Connor, if you see this, good job with your brand, I guess. You know, this rapper named Red Veil helps me out too. Who else? Yeah, I don't know, not like any big celebrities yet, at least that I've. Oh, I mean, there was one member from the AG Club that bought a bunch of my stuff. You know, the rap group AG Club. Maybe that one song. I think it's called Memphis.
Maybe.
Let them know, let them niggas know, let them.
Oh
know.
yeah,
that song. Yeah, they made that song.
I'm not up on that.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I
think that's a TikTok thing, isn't it?
I don't even be on TikTok.
Neither of y'all be on TikTok.
I try not to, bro. I try not to be, bro. I went on there once, bro. That shit was terrible. It was terrible. And you know what scared the hell out of me when I was on TikTok? Dog, I was on TikTok, right? And like, they just knew everything that I wanted to see. I don't know how.
Dude, yes,
I don't know how.
It's your phone, bro. Anything that you have that has a mic on it, bro. Yeah. Everything is watching. Not really? Gonna lie. It's not even just TikTok. TikTok is just good because it's good at it because like you're seeing for the majority a bunch of random posts, right? At least with TikTok, it's curated to like who you're following and stuff. TikTok, you can follow a bunch of people and you can set it to just who you're following if you want.
Yeah.
But most people just use the For You page, right?
Yeah, that's what I was using too.
Yeah. So because your phone is listening to you, it's very easy for TikTok and Twitter, and even like if you're like on a website and you see an ad, like bro, I remember talking about like I don't remember. Oh, perfect example, right?
Yeah.
My girlfriend speaks Spanish, and whenever I go to her house, whenever I'm listening to music in her house, my SoundCloud ads are in Spanish.
What?
Yeah, bro, because my phone is listening to everything that goes on, and they can tell it's Spanish too, which is the crazy part.
That's scary. That is really scary. Bro, because I didn't even, like, remember, I told you I don't use TikTok like that. And, like, I didn't follow anybody at the time when I first went on there. And, like, they just knew everything that I liked. It was weird. Like, they didn't even know that I was into art. And, like, I just see a bunch of art stuff. And then, like, they were showing, like, a bunch of, like, people that I followed from other pages. Like, it was on there. And I'm like, how the hell do they know this? Like, and by that point, I was just following. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. It just got worse. But it's scary. Like even Instagram, bro. Sometimes I'll search up something and then like I go on Instagram and the thing was like the ad for it is on there. And I'm just like, how the hell did they know I looked on it? Like even if I go on it from another device, like I'll go on my laptop, search up something and I go on Instagram and it's there. It's like they're just forcing me to buy it or something.
They're just like pushing it to you, bro. Like through all different mediums. It's crazy.
Bro, it's literally like just like in the Social Dilemma that one guy is sitting at the giant desk and he's like, yeah, this guy, he was looking at soap earlier. I'm gonna throw him an ad for soap because I know you need this. This is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And you know, the crazy thing is like we say this, but we're still gonna use it too.
I know.
Right? That's the problem. We know.
Yeah, it's like we know everything going on, but we still indulge.
We know we know the scheme, bro.
It's like a drug, bro. It's like once you become an addict, it's hard to quit. Like,
so you think that social media is addicting? Like it can actually be like an addiction?
Yeah, I think everything could be an addiction, but I think like social media is made to be addicting. So like that's the point. Like
that's why it's curated to be addicted, right?
It's like how can you take like meth and then be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna get addicted to meth, like. It's made to be addicting. What the hell? What you mean you're not gonna get addicted to meth, right? But it's like social media is the same thing. Like I think it was in the documentary. They were like, like the brain synapses or whatever. Like you get the same brain responses from taking coke as you do like going on Instagram. It's like your brain reacts the same. It's like your brain feels a high when you're on social media. So that's why you always want to go back, and they do that on purpose.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy when you like think deep into it. it's just crazy from thinking like surface level, because day to day we don't really think this is what it's doing to us, but it really is. Like, it's really detrimental, but we just treat it as if it's just something regular.
Yeah,
bro. I wanted to ask. I mean, it doesn't really have much pertain to art, but more in social media, just because we're on the topic.
Yeah.
Recently, I don't know. I've been feeling like, or I've been seeing a lot of posts that are like, oh, like social media has taught people that 9-to-5 jobs are like slavery, and that you need to have a house and a car by 21. And so, do you think that social media has like ruined like kids' expectations of what they should, where they should be at in life nowadays?
Yeah, it ruined mine too.
Really?
It did, bro. Because mind you, like, my peers are young too. So like sometimes I'll see like a 19-year-old like buying their own loft, and they're doing the same exact thing as me, and I'm like, how? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
How am I not doing this? And they're like, when they're younger than you, that's when it hits the hardest. Like, they're younger than you and they're doing this.
Dude, trust me, I know, bro.
They're like, that shit, it hits, and it's like, it does. But the thing is, like, I had to remind myself it's not real. Like, you don't know what they got going on. Like, okay, they bought a loft, but you don't know if they had help from their parents. Like, right?
You
Like,
never really know the situation.
because you never know the situation. Like, so, I mean, you might see somebody on Instagram and you think they're broke, but it's like they might be the richest person ever. You don't know that. Like, so it does ruin people's perceptions though. The 9-to-5 thing, like, I mean, I don't think a 9-to-5 is bad. I think the problem is like people doing stuff that they know doesn't make them happy. It's like you're purposely making yourself depressed to make money, but it's like at the end of the day, like, what do you gain from it? You know, like, you gain money, but it goes away. Like, your happiness doesn't, like, it's just, you're not gonna get that back. All those years you spent at that job, you're not gonna get back. People forget that. It's like, working for a company is cool if you like the company, but if you don't like the company, you're working there, but you know, you're not doing much. Like, you're just there.
Not worth your happiness.
It's really not. Like, so that's why I wanted to quit my old job, because it was just like I was not happy there, bro. It was terrible. Like, I had people talking down to me all the time, calling me an idiot. You know how terrible it is as a black guy, right? Going to work, because I lived in like I worked in this, like, I guess, affluent white neighborhood, and like these dudes would come in Ferraris, Rolls Royces and shit, and come into the store and buy stuff, right? And then they call me like an idiot because I didn't know something. Like, mind you, it's my first day, and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Like, are you idiot? I want to talk to the manager." Like, trying to get me fired on my first day, like my first day, and I would tell them like it's my first day, and like they're talking down to you, and it's like, bro, like, fuck, is this even worth it? Like, I'm having people like tell me I'm an idiot. The managers don't respect you, coworkers don't respect you, talking shit. Like, it's just like, at the end of the day, you know, how much can you put up with if you don't like the job?
I felt that one, bro. I've worked at the lowest of the low.
So I used to work at McDonald's too. Now that was,
oh man, I know that was a different type of the worst type of feeling. I already know,
bro.
Everybody that I know that's worked at McDonald's hates it. Everybody you can think of that worked there, they hate it, bro.
The job itself is not bad. That's the thing.
Yeah, careful with the defamation, bro. I don't think we're allowed to do that.
No, McDonald's, bro. If you want to sponsor this podcast, hit us up.
We love McDonald's over here.
Yeah, you know.
This is slanderous as fuck.
Hey, yo, I'm not ruining no promotion or like promotional things I could get, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, man, I've been there where I've been mopping the floors at Domino's at 2 a.m. So
same over here for Wendy's, bro. We had to start somewhere, bro.
Man,
everybody gotta start somewhere.
One time I was at McDonald's, somebody dropped cocaine all over the bathroom. That shit was hilarious.
What?
Yeah,
which McDonald's? Hey man, I didn't even think about it, bro. Yeah, never mind. Continue your story.
Yeah, like we'd find needles in there and like, you know, cocaine and shit on the floor. Yeah, like a lot of people would go into the restrooms and do drugs, you know, and yeah, it was funny.
Damn, what, you was in there late night?
Sometimes I'd work late, sometimes I'd work in the morning. I had to reach the point where I was like, bro, I'm not working late anymore, because I think one time, who was it? I think I had a manager, bro, and his manager was so fucking rude, bro. Like, this lady, I don't know what she was on. I remember one time, bro, I came into work and like her eyes was bloodshot red, right? And she came up to me and was like, "You need to clock in." it wasn't even my time to clock in. She's like, you need to clock in right now. I'm like, no, I don't. There's nobody in the store. She's like, yeah, you need to clock in. It's busy out. And I'm like, there's nobody in here. What you talking about? And like, bro, she slammed her hand on the wall. She was like, you either gonna clock in or you gonna make me clock you in. I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck is going on? Right, bro, she tweaking, bro. Bro, I'm like, nah, she gotta be on something. Like, and then she's like coming all up in my face about like she's about to beat me up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And mind you, she's a manager. And like she's doing this, and I'm like, bruh, I was scared. I ain't even gonna lie, because it's like one of my first jobs. I'm like, bruh, because if you never work a good job before you work a bad job, you never realize like, oh, this isn't supposed to be happening. Yeah. So like these are all first experience. Like, oh, so maybe this is just how it is over here. So I'm like, okay. So then I clocked in, and bro, like I talked to one of the other managers, and they were like, what? She what? And they were pissed. But they ain't do nothing about it. It's McDonald's. We're not gonna. Oh, let me shut up. Let me shut up. I love McDonald's, by the way. You know, get the new quarter pounder thing. Yeah.
Quarter pounders.
Yeah, I think they have a new one.
Bro, what? Okay.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Do you see yourself getting into like fashion, like designing clothes, or like what other mediums of art do you want to indulge in?
Can I be so honest? Yeah. I didn't want to say this one like on here, but fuck it. I mean, I feel like personally, one day I'm gonna retire from art.
Really?
Like when I reach my peak, when I feel like I've done everything that I want to do, like in terms of art, I'm gone, and I'm gonna just do something else. Like I do want to do fashion though. Like I'm definitely gonna do that. It's like I've already been designing stuff. Like I think you see sometimes like sometimes I post like sketches of like jackets that I draw. Like I don't post them often because it's like, you know, people follow me for like the creative like works and stuff, not like the fashion stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me not do that. But like I always do it. Like I'm always like drawing furniture, like architecture, like everything. Like bro, I be coming up with color palettes for films and like researching how people like do this and do that, like directing and stuff like that. Like I try to figure out everything, because art is like one way to express my how I'm feeling, but I want to do other things too.
No music?
Nah. There's too much competition now, bro. Like these the new people. Nah, I can't keep up with that. I'm good. I'm good, bro. Like I would be like a low tier artist if I were to try to make music.
Oh man.
Yeah. My creativity is not up there. Like how you even compete with some of these artists? Like bro, the new people that's coming out. Like Pierre Bourne, like a production.
It's crazy.
How? What the hell am I supposed to do? Like, you can't. what? How can I compete with that? Yeah, shout out Pierre Bourne.
Shout out Pierre.
Like even like I can't compete with that. I'm good. I'd rather not.
Bro, so what's like the best advice you give somebody that is like starting at point A and wants to get to where you are in life? Like how does someone that wants to do art and wants to make a living off of art, how do they get from not making any money to where you are now? Like the best advice you can give in like a short.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give no corny shit too. I hate that. Like I hate when people ask for advice and like people are like, just believe in yourself.
Get the cliche answer, right?
I fucking hate that so much, bro. That's that vague ass shit. But the most realistic thing I would say is like, bro, you gotta plan it out. Like you gotta know what you're doing. Like remember, you're a business. Like you and what you make is a business. People forget that. They think, oh, it's just art, but it's like, nah, like you're a business. Like you're providing a product and people buy it, right? So you gotta know who your demographic is, like who your niche market is. Like, okay, if I were to make art today and want to sell it, what group of people would be most interested in it, right? Like you gotta figure out who that is, then go for it. And you gotta make like a plan, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna make, and then this is the type of stuff that people in this demographic like. Like for me, for instance, right? Like I wanted to make toys. And the only reason they would have worked is because the demographic that I like appeal to is like a younger audience, like people around my age, and like they're into like collectibles and stuff like that, right? But like let's say my demographic was like 50-year-old people. I don't give a fuck about that, you know. So like you can sell anything, but you just gotta know who wants it, and then once you find the people that are willing to invest in what you make, you're good. Like that's all it takes. You just gotta find your niche market and you'll be fine. Yeah, that's all you need. Like, bro, if you look at any successful person like in the world, that's all they did. It's like, would Apple worked if Steve Jobs and them didn't go to Silicon Valley? Like, no. He found his market. He found the people that like it. Like people who want like an easy to use phone, like a everyday phone, And then people like now people buy it all the time because it's the easiest phone you can use. It has no problems. Like you don't have to do a bunch of extra shit. Like you could just use it, boom. And that's how they design it too. They make it simple. Even the design is just simple.
Is it like trial and error to find the market that you're looking for? Like to find the people that are interested in your stuff? Is that hard to do?
It is. Yeah, I think it is. Especially
that's
like
probably the hardest part. That's probably what separates you.
I mean, it's the hardest part if you're making something completely new. That's the hardest part. Because if you're making like something brand new that nobody's ever seen before, then the hardest part is like finding, okay, who's the demographic? Like how would I know the demographic if this has never been done before, right?
Before.
So that's like the hardest part. Like me, that was the thing for me. Like that was hard. Like, cause I'm like, I've never seen anybody, especially my age, do this or like a person like me do this type of stuff. So I'm like, okay, who's gonna like this? Like, is it gonna relate to white people? Is it gonna relate to black people? Is it gonna relate to older people, younger people? I didn't fucking know. So I had to like mess up for years before I realized, okay, this is the people that like my stuff. Because at first I was trying to like appease like rich older white people, but they didn't get where I was coming from. Like, how could they understand what like a young black guy is trying to say when they never been through it? They can't relate to any of that. The only time they would like relate to it is if they have other people hyping it up. Like if you look at Basquiat, like the people that buy his stuff don't understand what he's talking about. They buy it because it's Basquiat.
Yeah.
But the people who made Basquiat like actually famous were like the young like kids that were in New York at the time when he was alive. Like those are the people. It's like the same thing here. Like even with X, right? He doesn't appeal like to older people, but older people listen to him because of all the young people that do.
Yeah.
So it's like that
connection.
Yeah.
That was a very good answer.
That was a very good answer.
Yeah.
That's the best advice I could give.
All right, bro. Oh shit, we touched an hour now. Is there anything else you want to ask?
I really want to know, like, what's your message to the youth?
My message, damn, that is you really trying to make me say corny stuff, bro.
No, not even, bro. like what you got to say to the people that's coming up, you know, that want to be artists.
Nah, bro. I mean, obviously you got to believe in yourself. That's like with anything, like
Yeah,
But
for sure.
if you're an artist, I guess, or just any type of creative, bro, like, trying not to sound corny, bro. This shit is hard.
Bro, say whatever comes to mind,
Yeah, just say whatever come to mind. Bro.
But like, okay,
Like, what you really want your message?
okay, so I guess it would be like never, even when things get hard, don't like try to let that get to you. Because a lot of times, like when things were hard for me, I just assumed like, okay, that's it. Like this ain't ever gonna work. You know what I mean? And it's like once you think like that, then it's just like
It actually not gonna work.
Yeah, like I often forget like things take a long time. And that's the thing, like we were talking about with social media, like there's an unrealistic expectation that things should be like quick. And so like in my mind, I was like, oh, this should happen like within a year. Oh, this should happen like in 2 years. But the thing I forgot was like the people that blew up within a year, they had been doing it for like years before. They didn't get attention until that year. So people think, oh, they blew up within a year, but it's never like that. Like they put in years of work. So I was like trying to get big, you know, when I wasn't ready. And I would say like, prepare yourself. Like don't just try to get big before you're ready, because then that's gonna backfire. Because what happens like if you blow up and you're not at the skill level where you can handle like a large, you know, scale, right? Like what happens if, okay, what would happen like when I was failing back in high school and I got huge, right? And like people were like wanting my stuff like nonstop, but I wasn't at the skill level where I could make things every day. So I could only make things like once a month, and it's like people want it, but I can't make it. Then it's like, well, then what? Like you wasting an opportunity. So I would say like even though you fail, I mean that's a good thing, because now you're getting more prepared for when you actually are big. Because you never want to. The worst thing you could do is blowing up before you're ready, because then that's like all opportunity just goes away. You'll never get that back. Like once that opportunity comes, like you'll never get it back. You work for the opportunity, and then when you come, what's the thing they say? They say like success is like when luck meets opportunity or something, or luck is when opportunity meets something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. I don't know I think the order you got it right the first time.
Yeah, like there's no such thing.
Success is when luck meets opportunity.
Yeah, I think like there's no such thing as luck. Like people work for it. Like they got lucky because they put in the work and others noticed. Like it wasn't it wasn't just random. Like people noticed.
Yeah, they actually made it happen.
Yeah, like
than
it was
just happening.
Yeah,
it was
real
intentional.
Prosper.
Like you'll never see somebody who's successful be like, oh, I just got lucky. Like, nah, they knew what they wanted. Because if they just got lucky, why would they do it for that long? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and how to even become successful in the first place?
Exactly.
Like, what's real will prosper. If you're not legit, then how are you at the position that you're at now?
Or like if they got successful and it was just luck, then they wouldn't have been able to keep it because
they would quickly lose it. Yeah,
exactly, because you didn't
lucky.
want it. Like you wasn't prepared for like, okay, I want to be this. Like, nah. But that's what I would say is like just be prepared. Don't ever like think like, oh, I want this now, because you don't. You don't. Like once you quit your job and you get your own business, this is not 9 to 5 no more. It's 24/7. Like that's the thing people don't know.
Yeah.
This shit is 24/7. Like I'm always on my phone. Not because I'm like on TikTok and stuff, but I always got some shit going on. Always. Nonstop. So every time.
For sure. So coming up on an hour. DimithryVictor.
All right.
It's nice having you. Plug your Instagram, plug where they can find all your stuff.
All right.
How to spell it too, because you know.
Okay. So my Instagram is DimithryVictor, Dimithry, and Victor as in victory. And my Twitter name is DimithryV, DimithryV. That's the ones I basically use. That's it.
For sure. Thank you for tuning in to the Creative Hub podcast. It's me, Sincerely Maine, signing out. Luke.
Hey, y'all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We haven't been saying that, but we deeply appreciate the support. You know, we thank you guys for the support every episode. And, like, the only way we're going to be able to keep this going is if we continue to receive that. You know, like, that really helps us more than you think. The likes help with the algorithm and shit like that. So help us get out to the people. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of this. If we don't get anything from this, we just want to touch people. So... pause. But you feel me? My name is Luke Almighty. Luke Almighty spelled regularly with 2 Y's at the end. Instagram, Twitter, everything. So that's where you can find me.
For sure. Feeling shameless.
Feeling shameless.